What's up, everybody? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a good day. Great trading day for me. I actually overslept, and normally when I oversleep, I just won't even trade. But I saw what looked like a really nice setup that was too good to pass up, and took it and made just shy of $800 in like 20 seconds. Gonna apologize in advance. I'm still coughing like crazy. Never have enough time to mute myself, so I apologize if I cough into the mic, but it is what it is. It's the only way that I can only way that I can keep putting out these videos right now, unfortunately. What's up, Nora? How you doing? What's up, Gigi? What's up, Jack? What's up, Shelly? What's up, Mark? What's up, B707? What up, Stock for Row? And what's up, Chef? So, some of you may have seen, I'm going to be making a pretty big announcement sometime during this video. And the big announcement is there is no big announcement. I just wanted to see how many people I could get into the video right at the beginning. Through trolling you guys. Actually, I'm joking. There is going to be a big announcement, but I'm not going to drop it at the beginning. I'm going to force people to actually watch the video and figure out where the announcement is. And I'm just going to say in advance, this is going to be very limited. I'm still deciding exactly how I'm going to do this. And it's going to be funky. It's going to be hard because it needs to be done by tonight. But basically, I'm going to basically, when I make this announcement, it's going to be open for like a 24-hour period. And after that, if you missed it, you missed it. And it's going to be what it is. I'm not going to be extending it beyond that, but I've never done anything like this. I've never thought about doing anything like this. It's going to be absolutely insane, actually, I think. We'll see what your guys' reaction is when I actually drop the news. Awesome, Lisa. Good job. Except not a bounce. That's a rejection. From 17 to 503 would be down, bouncing up. So actually, when I'm not trying to give you a hard time when I say that, but I like people around me to use proper trading lingo, because when I read your message, I was super confused. You said you caught a bounce, and I'm like, shoot, there wasn't a lot of bounces to take today. But I guess if it worked out, awesome. And then I saw that you said from 517 to 503, so that's actually a rejection. Down. And again, not giving you crap, just way easier if we're all using the same language, so everything makes sense. What's up, Anatole? What's up, Jeff? What's up, Brent? Can't handle another baby? No. If the news was another baby, I would be in a lot of trouble, because my wife had her tubes tied. And sorry, I put a cough drop in my mouth to hopefully prevent some of the coughing. And it's making my mouth water like crazy. So if I'm like smacking my lips in the mic, I apologize. What's up, Rathana? What's up, Pat? What's up, Trader Dan? Why is everybody deleting their messages like right as I'm reading them? Smells like Teen Spirit. Oh, you must have watched the members only videos I posted. That's funny. What's up, little mind? Yeah, no worries, Lisa. What's up, Blue Hefner? What's up, Tony? Motivate me now. Can I please go over app loving for you? I don't know what app loving is. What's up, Fausto? What's up, Say It Straight? What's up, Cheeksters? Thank you, Chef. For anybody that missed it, I talked about it yesterday. Like, I got an email from YouTube. I'll just pull it up so you guys see what I'm talking about. It's just a video of my kid, Jeekster, doing a concert. And that won't sound as exciting as it actually is. Like, he's in a legit band. And he was doing a legit concert with his band. Now I can't find the freaking email. Where is it? Oh, that's wild. I can't find the email. Okay, let me try to search for it. What ticker app? I don't know what that is. Okay, I finally found the email. It took like half an hour. But so, I got an email from YouTube. Welcome to the YouTube membership bootcamp. And one of the things that they said was, if you want exclusive YouTube swag and a chance to be featured on YouTube Social, basically post 2 members-only videos. And so I was telling everybody, if you see me randomly post members-only videos, it's going to be something stupid that has nothing to do with trading. Because all I have to do to get this free YouTube swag, which of course I'm going to snatch just for the hell of it, like, could be something really cool. Then I'll do what they're asking me to do. So today I posted 2 member-only videos, and it's literally just like my son's band. Kind of hard to explain, but I'll just show you guys just really quickly. So there's this one. Oops. And unfortunately, this video, you can't really see it, but he was running through the crowd, fist bumping everybody and singing. And when I think it was my wife started recording, like, there was a pause in the singing, so he wasn't singing, and it looks like he's just walking up to the stage kind of thing, but he was actually just running through the crowd, like, fist bumping people while he was singing. So anyway, there's that one. And then the other members only video I posted is this one. And so in this one, he's singing and playing at the same time. Because he doesn't like You Motivate Me. Anybody in California, you guys want to come, let me know. I'll tell you guys when he's performing. It actually sounds a lot better live too. So yeah. People always trip out too when he starts doing his little metal screams, because he's like, I don't even know what, 4 feet high, and they don't expect that to come out of him. Anyway, let's take a look at SPY really quick. Hey, what's up, J Champion? Yeah, it's cool. But seriously, like, yeah, he does a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not even joking. If anybody does want to come out and catch a show, they're always free. Just have fun, whatever. Catch a beer, whatever. Shake hands, say hi. Let me know, and I'll tell you when he's performing. Robert, we have a current rock star in my family, and yeah, possibly a future one. But he actually would probably, like, if you asked him, would you rather be like a professional musician or an astrophysicist, he would probably go for astrophysicist. But so let's just quickly just break down SPY. Pretty much did exactly what we were expecting. I was a little bit surprised to see us peak above here. But this was our short level. Hopefully people listened. If you didn't listen, I had mentioned, it's kind of hard to show everything on the same screen, but if we break below this, retest it short, and they did it right here. Broke below, retested, and then they broke below again and retested it again. So you had a couple opportunities for entries for puts based on what I shared yesterday. And then I also said if we broke below the previous day VPOC and retest it, opportunity for short. This isn't the cleanest, but technically we did that. Okay. So really just everything that we were looking for. J Champion, it must be your first time here. I trade futures. I do market analysis on SPY daily. And if I see levels on other charts that are worthy of playing, I'll call them out as option trades. So like, I think the last, or what am I doing? The last trade that we called out was Netflix. I might be wrong on that. Actually, it might have been MU, but we took puts on Netflix right here on this red candle. If it was a day trade, our target was right here, 972.98. And if it was a swing trade, our target was right here, 902.36. So we got like, I don't remember exactly, 80 some odd points, 87 points, something like that on this trade. So yeah, anytime I see a setup that I feel confident enough with, I will call it out as a trade. Oh, and just for, no, JC, you're good, bro. Like, I didn't take anything as disrespect, and you're not being annoying. I try to answer everybody's questions, and just go over what I see. The I will say really quick, while we're at the beginning of the video, because I'm sure there's some people that show up just looking for call outs on options, and they're not really interested in watching me chart SPY. I don't have any option setups today. When we get big moves like we did today in one direction or the other, it kind of messes up what I'm looking for when I look at option setups. So don't have any today, just a FYI. Should we go over the big announcement right now, or should we wait more? Hey, what's up, Peace River Ghost? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, you're fine, Umar. Don't even trip. You're going to be very, very, very fine. Very fine. All right, ATT said wait more, so we're going to wait more. All right, so let's go ahead and chart up SPY really quick. If you guys didn't want to wait more, you get to be mad at ATT. It's all his fault. But I also like the suspense, so I'm here for it. Oh, I should show you guys really quick while I'm thinking about it. We talked about this yesterday on the live. Basically, every single stock, right, had this spike or whatever you want to call it. And I was telling you, like, pretty much every single stock, you look at any stock pretty much across the market, had this big candle up with a massive wick down. And I was telling you all, on the Elliott waves, like, basically they want to go a little bit lower at least than the current low. And so you look at, oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong day. My bad, everybody. I'm tripping. This was our wick that I'm referring to. And basically, again, every stock had this yesterday. And I was telling you guys, on all of them, based on Elliott waves, they want to go and break below the current low, right? Which they did today on Apple. And if we just kind of look at like pretty much any stock that you can think of, we're going to see exactly the same pattern. So like NVIDIA, for example. Oh, I guess they didn't do it on NVIDIA. But here's that candle up. I'm kind of surprised they didn't break this low, which we had drawn that yesterday. Let's look at Netflix. Wow, Netflix, same thing. They didn't break it yet. But the fact that they didn't break the low yet just means that they're going to be doing it probably tomorrow or the day after. What else? AMD. Yeah, so AMD, there's that big wick. That's the low that they needed to break to clean it up, and they did right there. I don't know what else to look at. It doesn't really matter, but you guys can kind of just do this on your own. I'm trying to think what else is worth looking at. Google. They came close today, but they're going to want to break this and clean this up as well. Meta. Same thing. They are going to want to break below this and clean this up as well. So just kind of cool to point out and notice that like what we were talking about yesterday is playing out today, or either did play out or it's still working on playing out. All right, daily levels on SPY. Let's look at our TPO. So single prints at the top. And a spike at the bottom. I wouldn't be surprised to see circuit breakers tomorrow based on the news. So basically for new people here, when we have single prints, we're basically expecting price, if it came back to this level, to give us a nice rejection to the downside. Or if the single prints are at the bottom, we would expect a bounce up. When we have a spike like we do here, the spikes are only on the M period. Actually, I should explain this a little bit better than what I'm doing. So basically what this is, TPO is the market broken up into 30-minute candlesticks, and each one is represented by a letter, A, B, C, so on and so forth. Spikes can only occur on the M period if they make a new low of the day or a new high of the day. And when we have that, basically, if we open below, it's very bearish. If we open in between, did I spell that right? Opening between the spike and the spike base would be slightly bearish. Opening above would be bullish. And I would be surprised to see that happen tomorrow. All right. So that's SPY. Triple G. Circuit breakers were put into effect after the 1938 stock market crash, where if we look at the 1938 stock market crash, I'm trying to find like an actual chart. Oh, I guess I'm wrong. It was implemented in 1987. So, if we look at this, let me try to make this as big as possible for you guys. The infamous Black Monday chart. So, this is 1987. SPY was trading right around, or wait. Is this ES or SPY? It's got to be ES, yeah. Trading around 340, 345-ish. I mean, 335 to 340-ish, give or take. And Friday, right, or the prior week, I guess these are weekly candles. Yeah. prior week, they lost 10% of the value of the S&P 500. And then on Monday, they had a 25% drop, all the way down to 220-ish or 215, it looks like. So basically, I don't know exactly, but I mean, a large percent of the market was erased in just like a couple of weeks / days. And when this happened, they implemented something called circuit breakers. And basically what a circuit breaker is, I mean, a lot of you have probably seen them on different stocks. Like sometimes if, some random stock gets like news, like we'll just say PTLR or whatever, and they go up like 7% in one day, they'll halt that ticker for 15 minutes. Right? If it goes up if it goes up 13% after they reopen it, then they'll halt for another 15 minutes. And this could be up or down. So I'm saying up, but this also applies if price goes down. And if then we go up or down 20% in one day, they just close the market or close that ticker. But if it's the S&P 500, they're just going to be closing the market. Like you won't be able to trade for the rest of the day. And so a lot of people, like, they were wondering about the, like why Top Step has that rule that you can't trade within 2% of this threshold. It just makes sense, right? If you're, let's just say you're in a trade, right, on Top Step, and you bought here, and this is the threshold for 7%. If they pause the market, whatever, like ES right here. So for 15 minutes, you can't trade. And for anybody that's been in one of those trades when this happens, this happened with GameStop and Robinhood and AMC, a lot of those tickers. But so like if you're in a trade, when they halt here, the next thing you know, when the market or when the ticker reopens like 15 minutes later, like they've gapped down. Sorry, that's a nasty looking candlestick, but they've now gapped down, and like your contract that was up massive is now massively red or down to 0 or something ridiculous, right? And you can't even close your position because you can't manage it because the ticker symbol is closed. So the reason that Top Step doesn't let you trade within 2% of this 7% threshold is if they pause ES, there's a really good chance it's just going to blow your account. And so they're doing it like to protect you. Kind of crappy because they could just put like an automatic stop loss. Like let's just say if we're going red on ES, and this right here is the 7% threshold, then just freaking automatically close everybody's position there. Like, why tell them, oh no, you have to stop trading, up here when we're within 2% or within 2% of it. Like, just put an automatic take profit for everybody, just before the threshold would trigger. Makes sense to me. But I also understand why they do it, because a lot of people aren't smart enough to know exactly where they would need to close their position before that 7% hit. And a lot of people, MES would be the same. And a lot of people wouldn't have the knowledge to know that they would even need to close their position there. Otherwise, the market's going to be halted, right? All right, let's randomly start talking about the news that I have. I'm kind of nervous to share this with you guys, honestly, because I don't know. I don't know if it's even going to be doable, but if it is, I think it would be massive. So I'm like taking a deep breath. So right now, I have 2 friends that I'm mentoring. And of course, I'm mentoring them for free. They're friends of mine. And both of them are green. Green, green, green. Really don't know much of anything about trading. The one thing both of them have in common is all of them have read Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, Volume Price Analysis by Anna Cooling, Volume Profile by Trader Dale, and Getting Started in Technical Analysis by Jack D. Swagger. So both of them have read all 4 books and have enough of an understanding, enough knowledge for me to start teaching them how to actually become professional traders. What I was thinking is, if I'm going to take my time to teach 2 people how to become professional traders, like, why not just open it up to everybody, right? Like, if I'm going to be mentoring 2 people, whatever, one-on-one, one-on-two, and we're going to be going through, like, meeting kind of daily for about an hour to 2 hours every single night. Why not just open it up to everybody that actually supports me, supports the channel, is working hard every day, and actually wants to, like, really better their life? Why not just make it available to everybody? The only thing that I'm not sure about is, do I just throw this out there for free? Or do I charge like a small one-time fee to let people join? I think the value's there, like to charge a small one-time fee. But I also kind of feel like just do it for free, right? I'm still really torn on which way I'm going to go with that. But well, I should also add, I mean, like, obviously, ideally, you would want to be there live when we're covering it, but I'm going to record everything. And everybody, I should throw this out there before people type. Saying something like leave it free just basically says you don't give a crap about me. But that's kind of where I'm leaning. But just like Lisa said, time is valuable. So I've really got to think about this. And the only thing is like, the only thing is like, this has to be thrown together quickly. I wish I thought about this sooner, because I would have had more time to plan it and more time to organize and more times to get ready. Oh no, tenfold. I'm not taking it personal. I'm just saying for everybody else, like, I understand, of course, like the desire to get it for free. That would be amazing. If I was in your guys' shoes, I'd be like, yeah, do it for free, bro. Hook it up, you know? But I'm just saying, like, at the same time, like, you guys should respect the time that I'm going to be putting into this. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do like some small little nominal fee that's like almost nothing. That way I don't feel like I'm being taken advantage of, and that way it's not like so much that it's too much for people to afford. I think that's probably the best like win-win all around. I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. My favorite charity is me, Piggy, and Ollie. Or my kids' college fund. So there's going to be one caveat to this, which is I'm mentoring 2 people, and they're my priority, right? And so, and I'm sorry, like, I know this is kind of long-winded, but I was literally just like, I had a really busy morning. I had to go to like 3 different stores. And that might not sound like much to most people, but I don't like crowds of people. Like, I start getting anxious when I'm around people. And I don't like traffic. Like, I hate driving. And so for me to have to go to 3 different stores is just like, I procrastinated on it as long as I possibly can. But anyway, while I was driving to these 3 different stores and taking care of all the business I had to take care of, I was like, I was just thinking about this, and I was thinking, shit, like, I wish I thought about this sooner, because I would have had more time to organize it and get everything ready. But I think what I'm going to do, so I'm going to try to explain this the best way that I can. I'm going to basically, everybody that's interested, I've decided there's going to be a fee. It's not going to be anything crazy. It'll be small. That way I feel like my time is being valued, but also it will be very valuable for the people that are joining. It's going to be like, I guess the best way I could think of it is like, I wouldn't normally like even consider doing something for this cheap for the amount of time that we're about to put in. So for the people interested, what I'm going to have you do is DM me, and then I'll give you information. I'm going to invite everybody into a Discord, and in that Discord, nobody's going to be able to chat. And the reason being is I'm not going to be dealing with drama. I'm not going to be monitoring it. I'm not going to be worried about moderating it. And I will make like a social chat where people can chit chat or whatever, and you guys can talk amongst yourselves. But I'm really not going to be involved in that chat. And I'm like, if you at me, I'll probably look at it. But my focus is really going to be my 2 friends that I'm mentoring. And what we'll do is we'll hop into voice calls. And I don't want to commit to a certain amount, but I would say probably like 2 to 4 times a week. And we're going to... oh, and I should add, anybody in Shorty's Discord that's interested, you guys, it'll be free. Well, you just DM me like directly through my... you just DM me. You don't at me in Keenan's Discord. You would just send me a private message on Discord. But yeah, so I guess what I was saying is nobody's going to be able to talk in like the serious channels where me and my 2 friends will be discussing, you know, whatever, like sending screenshots of charts, talking about setups, talking about, you know, like we might have just general conversation about what we're looking at on trades and things like that. I'll make a social channel where everybody can talk, and we'll hop into live voice calls, and every single one will be recorded and then posted in private on Discord. I mean, on YouTube, sorry. And then I'll just post the links in the Discord. That way you guys can go back and rewatch any live that you weren't able to attend in person. And I think the one other important piece of information is these are going to take place pretty late at night. So Pacific Standard Time, about 10:30 p.m. Until about 11:30 or midnight. And so for people that don't know, that's like 1:30 Eastern. We would be starting and finishing right around 2:30 Eastern or 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern. So the voice chats are going to be, for anybody that's familiar with like Discord stage, where the only people that can talk are the people that are on the stage. The only people that are going to be on the stage will be myself and my two mentees. Again, like I said, and when I say this, I'm not trying to be mean or rude or anything like that, but my focus is them. And basically, I've just decided to make me teaching them public to whoever decides to join this group. That way you can learn through their process, right? I feel like if I open the voice chat up to everybody, it would just be insanity and too many questions, and we wouldn't be able to get through like, a single session within a reasonable amount of time, just due to the number of questions that would happen. So I'm still deciding on what I want to do as far as the fee is concerned. My mind is going to like $50 to $100 per person. I think maybe we just say if the demand is huge, it'll be $50. And if the demand isn't huge, it'll be $100. And then we'll just go from there. And so if you're interested, DM me. And basically you guys will have a front row seat on watching how I teach somebody going from like point A all the way to point Z on being a trader. And I don't think it's going to be anything really different than what we kind of talk about day to day here, other than there'll just be more structure, right? So when I mentor people, I've mentored, like a good handful of people. For 6 months, I limit them to trading off of volume profile. Yeah, everything's going to be recorded, Lisa. So for the first 6 months, I limit them to trading off of volume profile, TPO, and SIGs, and that's it. We're only looking for setups, volume profile, TPO, SIGs. Once we get through 6 months of one trade a day, or actually, I'm sorry, not 6 months. Kind of depends on the individual, but normally anywhere from like 6 weeks to 3 months would be just focusing on volume profile, SIGs, and TPO settings. Once we get through those first month and a half to 3 months, then we'll start implementing things like order flow, footprints, book map, things like that. We'll, of course, be talking a lot about trading psychology. And lastly, we're going to I don't know what I was going to say. But anyway, basically, we're going to start off slow, focusing on volume profile mostly, TPO, and SIGs, figuring out how to find trades based on that information. And then once we've got that, then we can add in things like order flow, footprints, book map, whatever you really like for Confluence. But we don't want to do too much all at once. Otherwise, it becomes overwhelming and confusing. My people, and I would suggest anybody that joins does this, are going to be limited to one trade a day for 6 months. I suggest everybody that joins the group does 1 trade a day for 6 months. My people will journal every single trade with an electronic journal. And I would recommend that everybody does the same. But we'll kind of talk about this in detail. Maybe I'll put together like an introductory video that's really quick, like of what I expect from everybody. But I really want everybody to just understand you're not going to be able to talk in this Discord. Like, other than the social channel, you're not going to be able to send messages. You're not going to be able to send screenshots or pictures or whatever. In the social channel, you can send whatever you want. You can use whatever kind of language you want. I really don't care. If things get out of hand, like if people start arguing, I will kick people. If people are being racist or bigots or whatever, really, like, I don't have any tolerance for like people making fun of other people or making fun of races or sexes or just anything like that. Like, it'll just be no questions asked, no refunds. You'll get kicked out. That's it. Done. So keep it respectful, keep it polite. You can really talk about whatever you want. Outside of like the things that I just kind of outlined. It's going to be one time, say it straight. It's just going to be like, it's just going to be one time. And I would assume this process will take right around 6 months. I just realized the thing that I was going to say that I like completely lost my train of thought and forgot what I was saying is, for everybody, the first 6 weeks are going to be intense, where we're going to be meeting, like 2 to 4 times a week, probably closer to the 2-hour mark, maybe hour and a half. But after those 6 weeks, at least from what I've seen from like everybody that I've mentored so far, is we kind of just meet, like almost every single day for a 6-week period, and really just like talk about what trades were taken. And we'll just kind of review the trade and look at it and say like, hey, this is, like, this was a great trade. And it doesn't, the result doesn't matter. Like if it was a win or a loss, that's irrelevant. What matters was the setup good or was the setup not good? And what we'll do is break it down and look at each trade, and like, the reason this was a good trade is because of X, Y, and Z, or the reason this wasn't a good trade is because of X, Y, and Z. And we just kind of meet every day for six weeks. Or not every day, sorry. It's really going to be about 2 to 4 days a week, just depending on my availability and their availability. But we're going to meet as much as we can for the first 6 weeks and really just hammer it home. And both of these people haven't even started trading yet. So we're going to be talking, like going through the whole process of getting to them to the point where they're actually physically taking trades. Once they are physically taking trades, it'll probably be like 6 weeks from there where we're meeting very frequently, discussing the trades that they took, really dissecting every single trade and looking at them and, talking about if it was a good trade or not and why it was a good trade or why it wasn't a good trade, so on and so forth. And then the last kind of 4 months will be a lot less meeting, where we'll probably get to the point where we're meeting like once a week, maybe twice a week, and then eventually get to the point where we're meeting once every couple of weeks and then meeting like once a month and so on and so forth. So as we get closer to the 6-month period, the meetings are only going to be like once a month. I mean, yeah, like once every couple of weeks or something like that. Once a week, once every couple of weeks, just to review like the entire week of trades, see if there's anything of value that I can add at that point, to what I think they could have done better, so on and so forth. And so that's kind of just where my thought process is. It seems like based on the response that people love the idea. And so if you're interested, just shoot me a DM on Discord and we'll go from there. I'll be sending out messages. I would like to get everybody into the chat before my meeting tonight. So we're going to be meeting 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight. It will be recorded. And like I said, like you can rewatch it as many times as you want or whatever. It'll be a private link on YouTube. I'm sure those links will probably get leaked to other places. It's really not a big deal, but just know you're probably a douchebag if you're doing that. And I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I guess the other important thing is 3 p.m. tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. This deal's off the table. So if you see this video late, I don't know, AG, I don't know what you mean you can't find my Discord. Message me, DM me on Discord. So anyway, 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, this deal's off the table. So just if you watch this video late, don't DM me and try to get into the group. This is really just like a one-time thing that I'm going to do. If it goes well, maybe I'll do it again. But in my mind, this is going to be a one-time thing. Hopefully it helps. It helps out a lot of people. And hopefully, like this is something big that really helps a lot of people get going. All right. So that's the announcement. Let's look at SPY. Oh, so this is a trade last night. I met with my mentee last night, and this was a trade that we took live while we were talking. And it was kind of funny. Right as we ended our call, it hit our profit level. So pretty cool. SPY. Fausto, I'll reply to everybody's DMs. Sorry, I'm just looking at the big picture here, everybody. Pretty low volume compared. Well, actually, no, I can't even say that. What am I talking about? It would be a low volume, like compared to the last 2 days, but this is not low volume. I'm trying to see prior to the last 2 days. Jeez. It looks like the last time we had volume of this significance is back in March of 23. I mean, prior to the previous 2 days. So this is a huge volume candle. And just a ton of selling pressure, right? At the end of the day, we started wicking back up. So we have a pretty decent looking buying tail here. Excuse me. But I think based on at least news, we're probably seeing more downside tomorrow. And I would really expect to see a bounce at the 2024 value area low. It could also just depend on how things look at the open. If we just have like a falling knife, we're not going to be trying to get a bounce at the 2024 value area low. Okay. But I think 2024 value area low comes into play tomorrow. Maybe not. It's going to depend where we open. If we gap down, because if it's from here, I mean, this would be just like a massive, well, yeah, it's doable, 15 points. But yeah, just if we come to the 2024 value area low, I would kind of expect a bounce. But sorry, I need to turn my air on really quick. I'm like dying. Okay. AG, you just DM me as a person directly. So are you in Keenan's Discord? If you're in Keenan's Discord, you just find my name and you click on it and it'll say message. Let me try to give you an example. So like this, I can click this person's name. It says message. You just type here hello or whatever and then click enter. So, you know, if you're in Keenan's, wow, my DMs are going off. You would just go right here because I'm at the top and click on my name, and it doesn't show it to me because I can't message myself, but you just click my name or whatever and type your message and send it. Okay. Okay. Now I'm trying to get back to my Discord. Oh, AG, if you're not in Discord, I guess if you're not in Discord, or you don't have me in Discord, you can just send me an email, I guess. But you better make sure that the title is captivating so that I actually read it. So yeah. Is there a way to like post my... Let me see. So the best way would be to just DM me. This is my name on Discord. So if you can just DM me with that name, that would be ideal. Please email you with information. Does that mean you sent me an email and you want me to reply? Sorry for coughing in everybody's ear. So anyway, let's get back to SPY. Yeah, if we come to the 2024 value area low, unless we're just like slicing like a hot knife through butter, I would expect a bounce at the 2024 value area low. And I'm not really interested until anything until there. So actually, I don't want to put that there. Let's put it over here. I also don't want that to be so big. And just be very aware of this level here as we're approaching the 2024 value area low, because they might bounce it a little bit early. Okay. I'm not going to have this, or I guess I will just leave it on my chart. For puts, you can watch this area here. I don't think they're going to give us this, but just in case. And even less unlikely, but just in case, watch for puts up here as well. I think we might get one more Almighty Beardman, one more bounce off of the 2024 value really low is what I'm expecting. What I would really like to see is this. I want to see them make a poor low, bounce, and then dump. Okay. Right now, if you guys have any questions, now would be a good time. We are going to, I'm going to post my screenshot here in Keenan's. Yeah, exactly, Almighty Beardman. So I really want to see them make a poor low and then dump through it. But I mean, anything's possible. But just based on the fact that we only have strong lows at that level, I want to see a poor low get formed. And I'm just expecting one more bounce. And then hopefully we get our dump. Okay. Let's see. I'm just kind of hanging out for a second in case anybody has any questions. James, the meetings are at 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Whenever I mentor somebody, it has to be that late at night because I don't have time during the daytime, any other time to get together with people. So as of right now, I don't see any emails. But DMs are definitely the way to go. I'm going to delete my spam folder just in case. So if you had already messaged me, I didn't get it. Or if you had already emailed me, I didn't get it. And I'm not going to look through all of my spam folder. So if you did already message me or email me again. And I'll check my DM folder and look through it. I mean, my spam folder just in case it goes there. But yeah, but the best way to do this would be through Discord. Lex, it depends how far away they are from price. So like if we look back, we had single prints, like a bunch up here. And I just erased all of them because we're so far away from these levels. When we come back to here, I can always just figure out, really quickly, like this was a single print just by looking at it, But yeah, I just take them off because otherwise I just have too many lines on my chart. Oh, I guess I didn't really think about this. We can also do SIGs on the last 2 days, I think. The last 3, well, no. The last 2 days. Let's just do that really quick while I'm waiting to see if anybody has any questions. Oops. Oops, what am I doing? I don't know that SIGs are going to matter too much tomorrow, but it can't hurt to have them on the chart. Okay. All right, let me just kind of see if there's any questions or anything. Robinhood, if that's how you want to chart and trade, that's fine. Just not how I would chart. Where we were rejected from is literally right from our single prints on every single, like NQ, ES, SPY. And that's all the information that I need. I mean, I do use anchored volume profiles or fixed range volume profiles. But yeah, it was just everything rejected right from the single prints level. Yeah. All right, George. Yeah, no worries. I'll get to everybody. It might be a little bit slow, but I'll get to everybody. And the invitations will go out tonight. So, okay. All right, everybody. With that said, as always, much love, much respect. As always, big thanks to all the people that subscribe to the stream. Extra big thanks to the friends of the stream. If you're new, today was a little bit different, but basically like 5 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, we go over SPY, chart it, look at it, figure out where we think price is going to go, figure out areas for calls, figure out areas for puts. And if we're and then I also will find, look for option setups. But I'm very selective about what I share for options. I like to have a very high win rate, so I have a very stringent process that I use to find setups that I'm looking for. And like right now, we're on an 11 win streak here. And all of these can be fact checked. They were all called out here live before it happened. The But yeah, when we have big moves like we did today, it kind of invalidates one of the main things I look at when I'm looking for option setups. So I did try to look today. I just didn't see anything that lined up with the things that I'm interested in as far as taking trades. So with that said, as always, much love, much respect, everybody. Hopefully this group we're about to put together is killer, because I think it might be a good opportunity for people to see, like step by step how I do it. Interesting. AG literally went right to my spam folder, but it's good. I got you, bro. Let me mark this as not spam. All right. So, yeah, with that said, just much love, much respect to everybody. I'll start sending out messages to get this group set up for everybody that's interested. Okay. With that said, we'll see you on the flip side. Peace out. Bye.